Ooh, welcome everyone to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host, Scotty McCoy, and boy, do I have a surprise for all of you. I have on Zoom with me right now CJ Vecchio, and he is going to be the director of the upcoming film, The Evil 3. And if you're wondering what The Evil 3 is or who they are, we will get into that in a little bit. But hey, CJ, how are you doing this evening?
What's going on, Scotty? Huge fan, super honored.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you on. I guess the first question, let's start off basic and generic. How'd you get your start into filmmaking?
You know what? Basic and generic, yeah, right. Back when I was younger, I was always interested in directing, writing. I took a couple college classes, and I needed a 9 to 5. And so I went to work, and 2 decades later, I had a situation in my life, and I basically had a second chance, and I said, I'm going to go for it. So I started writing, and it got pretty hot. Some of the scripts were taken off on the internet, and COVID came, and I said, you know what, I'm going to turn this COVID into a positive, took my STEMI check, and made my first horror short, BL.
Okay.
And it took off from there.
Nice. So let's go right into the meat and potatoes of this thing. How did you come up with the idea for The Evil 3, and what made you want to do it?
You know what? I've always been a fan of the slashers, Leatherface, Michael, Jason, when I was a kid. I mean, I remember when Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3 came out. I actually blew off school. I ditched school and went to see them. And early, I was the only person in the theater.
Nice.
And I've always been a fan. And then I suddenly, just years going by, and I kind of got out of the industry. Not out of the industry, but I got out of the genre. And just recently, probably 3 years ago, I jumped back into it.
Okay. Nice. So what is this movie about? Can you give us a synopsis about it?
Well, I mean, there's tons of fan films out there, right? So the basic gist of it is Smith Grove Sanitarium is closed. There's federal and state budget cuts. So they close down the sanitarium, and they have to transport the remaining 3, the most dangerous 3, to Warrenville County Jail temporarily. And during the transport, I don't know if I could swear, but shit happens. And
you can swear.
And they have to, and Warrenville County Jail is right outside Haydenfield, and things happen, and they don't go as planned.
Okay, nice. And I'm not and I might get a lot of heat for this, but I'm not a big Leatherface fan. I'm really not a Leatherface fan. Texas Chainsaw was always down on the radar for me, but I'm a big Michael and a big Jason fan. And we'll get into the Indiegogo in a little bit, but I'm gonna lie, I donated. Was it yesterday or today?
Yes,
and I donated.
Thank you. I'm gonna shout you out.
Of course, yes. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a tough choice. I'm a big Jason fan. I'm a big Michael Myers fan. So I went with Michael Myers, but it was a big fan. And we'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah. So I guess that leads me to my next question. We know Freddy versus Jason. There is a big division, a big divide on who won and who lost. I mean, I think Jason won because Freddy was decapitated. However, Freddy did wink at the end. So. Are we going to get a definitive winner, or are we going to have something that's going to leave it kind of open, like a triple threat draw?
Well, here's the cool thing about this campaign. I've been studying Indiegogo film campaigns for the last year, 2 years, trolling, stalking everybody's campaign. And what's special about this one is that it is fan-friendly and fan interactive. So case in point, the fans get to pick the winner, like you picked Michael. Correct. So the fans get to choose, and whoever gets the most votes wins.
Oh, nice. So that's going to be how it's going to go down in the script.
That's how it's going to go down.
So you leave it open for a winner, and you have no winner in the script. And whatever the Indiegogo comes up as who voted for the most, that's going to be who's going to be the winner in the script. Nicely done.
And the cool thing also is anybody that gets the producer credit, we have 3 different endings. Now we could easily switch out Michael, Leatherface, Jason. That doesn't matter. But we have 3 different endings, and whoever gets the producer credit at the end of the campaign, you guys get to read the script, and they get to choose which one of the 3 endings we're going to use in the film.
Nice. Nice. That's awesome. That's really exciting. So let's see. So is there going to be something for the fans of Jason Voorhees, of Michael Myers, and of Leatherface that's going to happen in the film that's going to make at least everyone happy?
Yes. Basically, like I said, and I'm a fan of all three. I know some people, Leatherface is the bottom, but I mean, I love the original of part two. The 2002 Netflix, there's a lot of debate. You either love it or hate it. I actually loved it, right?
Nice.
So it basically, and the same thing too, even with the John Carpenter, the movies and the direction, each character is going to have his own kill method, right?
Okay.
So Michael's going to be slow and methodic. Jason just powerful and forceful, and Leatherface just sloppy and gory.
Okay, nice. That gives you a mix of all three films, which is beautiful. Now, is there going to be, I'm assuming, but is there going to be other characters involved that is going to be getting killed, like kind of like Freddy versus Jason, like a Laurie Campbell or a, like a Kia, like, like, is there going to be other characters that are going to be slaughtered and possibly have that final girl-esque feeling?
Yeah, I mean, it I hate to say, but they all go that same path, right? So, I mean, it's a whole new story, right? There are going to be some secrets in there. There's going to be, I'm a huge Easter egg guy. I mean, I'm that guy that goes to the movie and I'm like, oh, there's an Easter egg and there's an Easter egg. So we're going to be leaving a lot of Easter eggs, and I'm going to make an announcement. We were asking for your help too. So during the campaign, probably in a week or two, but since I just blabbed it now, I might just do it tomorrow or when this launches. But we want your help too. So we have an email address, and you guys have any Easter eggs you want in the film, you let us know. I mean, and we're going to put them in there for everybody.
Nice. I absolutely love Easter eggs. I mean, they're brilliant. Like, just look at, like, I think it was Bride of Chucky, where they had the, all of those props at the beginning from classic horror movies, from Halloween, Friday the 13th and all that, which is really clever. And I just love picking those things up. And I also love goofs, like just being like watching Halloween and, seeing Michael go behind the bush. And you just see John Carpenter's cigarette smoke going floating through. Just watching those things, like I'm like, oh, I love that. I love how that little thing made it in the film, and it's like, oh wow.
And that's the way I want to do it too. I want it to be fun for the fans. So when a person walks by, there's one of the main characters is the sheriff, and he might be wearing Leatherface's tie. So you just don't know. And like I said, and we're looking for your help too. Like I said, this is a fan-friendly, fan-involved film campaign.
Nice. So do you have any cast and crew lined up for the project yet? And are we going to have any like iconic, I guess 80s like horror icons, for example, like Elisa Wilcox involved?
Well, we're slowly rolling. The campaign just launched 2 days ago. Okay. And it's doing pretty good. So we have Brett Wagner from 2003, Chainsaw Massacre. Okay. So he's in it. We launched him. We have Amy Coate. She's popular on Facebook, horror influencer, and she's an up-and-comer. She's actually starring in The Grind, which is another Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film. So she's going to be it. But every week we're going to make a casting announcement. Okay. I'm also a surprise guy. I don't want to blow it all at once.
Oh, absolutely.
I was in the Day of the Dead Chicago convention over the weekend. So I talked to a lot of stars. Nice. I was kind of fanboying a little bit, so I can't make announcements. I actually sent a couple emails out now. I had some major interest in, especially one of the major Friday the 13th actors. He was awesome about it. One of the coolest dudes I ever met. And he just basically said, I'll do it. Just donate. I don't want any money. Just donate to a cause. I'm like, boom. I'm all about causes. So I just emailed him actually about probably 20 minutes ago. So waiting for his email back. And then I talked to a couple actresses there. Nice. They're involved. But yeah, so we're going to slow roll it out. We just started. It's a 60-day campaign. So, if you can't afford it, the perks are super affordable too. I mean, they start off at $5. The vote for, Jason, Michael, or Leatherface, it's a $20, and you get a limited poster. a Team Jason or Team Michael or Team Leatherface poster, you'll be getting one. I'll autograph it for you.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I can't wait.
Yeah, those should be coming out. It should be coming out at the end of the campaign. So, but we are planning to make announcements. It also too goes, the more, we hit our goal, and then when we start hitting the stretch goals, which I'm crossing our fingers, then we're going to really amp it up. So
nice. So we'll go right into the Indiegogo shortly, but I just want to ask you a question quick, more of a personal question for me. I'm going to I guess you could say I went to conventions in the past, but this is more of I never went to a Monster Mania before, and I'm going to a Monster Mania in Hunt Valley, Maryland, and that's going to be at the end of September into early October. And there's a lot of people I would like to meet, and I have business cards in that, and I'm looking at, like, when I meet the celebrities that are there, will there be somebody that will be able to give me a contact email information for them so that I can have them on my show?
Yeah, there's always a helper. They always have assistants, one or two. So yeah, I mean, as long as you have your information, like a couple of the stars, they had their email address. I just took a picture of their email address. I don't want them to give me cards, because my luck, I'll lose them.
Yeah.
So, I'll take a picture of that card. I ain't losing my new iPhone.
Yeah.
But no, they do. And you said this is your first time going to a convention, right?
Yes.
All right. Here's my advice. Last year, when we hit the film festival circuit with BL, my first, and it was during COVID. So the first live event was Houston Horror Fest. Flew down, great time. PopCon in Indianapolis, great convention. Take time, don't rush through it, and people watch. Sit there and people watch, because there's PopCon in Indianapolis. The costumes were amazing. And this year I'm going down with a cooler of beer and a folding chair, and I'm sitting in the lobby just watching. And I mean, there's some amazing costumes. So that's awesome. Take your time.
Yeah, because I know, like, because I want to meet, like, because Quinn Lord's going to be there from Trick or Treat, Once Upon a Time, and Tom Morg is going to be there, and there's a couple of others that are going to be there as well that I want to meet, and so far that were announced, and I would love to have Quinn Lord on my show, and I would love to have Tom Morga on my show. And obviously I get a lot of my contacts through IMDb, message their agents, or my agent will get me their information through that from their connections or whatever, but nobody can seem to find Tom Morka or Quinn Lord's information to easily get me through to them.
I mean, just be ready, especially if they have a line. I would time it where the line's pretty low and short, and then, like I said, I was with a couple of the stars from the movies, and there was nobody there, and with one of the guys, I was there for 45 minutes just BSing with them.
Nice.
So, and it was pretty cool. And it turns out there's a couple of stars that were there that I was actually Facebook friends with.
Nice. Like, that is awesome.
Check me out on Facebook. Oh shit, I'm friends with you already. And we laughed. So she's super awesome. Awesome. Hopefully I emailed her today too, actually.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce. So so the Indiegogo, it's currently live. You mentioned some of the perks already. So for people that would like to donate to the Indiegogo campaign, where can they go to donate? How can they find the campaign?
Too simple. It's super easy. I mean, you could go to Indiegogo itself and just do a search for The Evil 3, right? We're right there. You can go to our website, theevil3.com, 3 spelled out. We have links there. So it's pretty easy to find. The Evil 3 Facebook page, my page, CJ Vecchio, Vecchio. It's pretty easy, but just do a search for The Evil 3, number 3 spelled out. Super easy.
Awesome. So do you, when and where do you plan on filming this? And is there an anticipated release date? And what platforms will it be available on when it's released?
Well, we start filming at the end of the summer, right? So we're hoping, I mean, my ultimate goal was to release it the same weekend they're releasing Halloween, but that's going to be we're playing it too tight for that. So we're probably gonna release it after probably November, December. And since it is a fan film, I mean, it's non-profit. We're not making any money. It's just everybody's volunteering, the crew. I signed up with a studio in Chicago. They're donating studio space, gear, and all that.
Nice.
So all the money that we're getting is for the locations and transportation and food And I mean, obviously, some of the big actors, we'd give them a little something, a little donation or whatever.
Right.
But like I said, it's probably we're gonna launch it on my website first, and then YouTube on my YouTube channel.
Awesome. That is amazing. So, what do you think will be the biggest challenge in getting this made?
The crowdfunding, and we reach our goal and stretch goals. I mean, we have a lot of things planned, especially if we hit our stretch goals. Our main goal, 15,000, which we're doing pretty good for 2 days right now.
Okay.
But that's, we could hit, 20, 25, 30. It's going to just add to the production value.
Okay.
And with, like I said, with stars, with special effects. I mean, I'm a practical special effects guy.
Yeah.
So we have a couple special effects artists I'm talking to right now, which once again, we'll make some announcements. But the main thing is we're just gonna have a shitload of blood and gore.
Nice. And I did I see somewhere that Jamie Apple's involved?
Yes. So we're talking with her. She's going to be in it. She's going to be a security guard officer at the jail. She's going to manhandle Jason. All right. Nice. So there's a scene in the script, and I told her, I go, you know what? That's you. Where Jason gets a little cattle prod in his booty, and nice. But I really also wanted to show off her makeup and her talent, her true talent.
Very talented person.
Very talented person. And that's what the goal that I want is I'm not making this film. We are making this film.
Right.
And if it helps somebody's career, like, hers or any of the actors, my DP camera, that's all. If it helps me, I would love to, once they get the Jason legal crap deal, I would love to be the director,
absolutely.
But it's to help others out, not just
exactly me. And that's the attitude to have, because when you're making a film, it isn't an I film, it is a we are a team film, because you it isn't just the directors, it isn't just the producers, it isn't just the cast you see on screen. You have the gaffer, you have the technicians, you have the special effects artists, the hair and makeup people, the caterers, the camera operators, the boom mic operators, the post-production editors, all of that makes a film. And if you don't have if you don't have a lighting tech, or if you don't have a hair and makeup person, or if you do have them, like they are the ones that help you get everything ready for the screen. But then people don't get enough credit that they deserve.
And
they all deserve it.
And I love giving out credit when credit's due. There's a director in Chicago, and he's looking, one of his crew members fell, so boom, I sent them like 5 contacts. And the key thing about crew too is you got to have that crew person that really wants to do it. I don't want, I was on a set before where the crew, there was one person, it was all about money, overtime, and I don't want that. That's where you're fired.
Absolutely.
I mean, and being a director and a producer, it's and my plan is to delegate a lot of responsibility too, but it's going to be my final say. I'm going to talk to everybody, and if they're just like, how much am I getting paid? You're out. Because I want the love and the heart, not only from myself, but the crew and actors and all that stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm an actor as well, and I don't work for the money. I work for the love of the industry. I mean, and I mean, if a job that I'm working for is going to pay me, then fine, great. That's just gravy. But if they don't, like, oh, well, I'm in a movie. That's awesome.
Experience. That's how I started. I started off as an actor 10 years ago. So, and I look back at those pictures, I'm like, man, I was just 10 years ago.
Absolutely. So the last question I got for you, do you have any other projects that you would like to promote to the listening and viewing audience, or any websites, any social media accounts, or anything else at all?
I mean, obviously the Indiegogo, that's the main one right there. The evil3.com website. I have a website, cjvecchio.com, social media. I'm pretty easy to find. If the audience looks for me, where I'm probably we have mutual friends, 200-300. So find me on there. I'm easy to get a hold of, easy to track down.
Awesome. Sounds like a plan. Well, thank you so much, CJ, for taking the time to join me tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Huge
Absolutely.
fan. I'm honored. I was so nervous today. This is my second shirt. I was like, oh my God, who's my makeup person?
I'm so glad that we were able to make this happen. I know you asked me if it was live or recorded. I don't do live because I mean, I've had people on my show and it's not their fault, but as they say, shit happens. Technical difficulties happen. And I don't like doing live broadcasts when there's audio difficulties, video difficulties, technical difficulties, because then it can ruin my show. So I do it live, and I'll do any editing I have to do, any audio adjustments or whatever. And if everything is fine and great, then I'll upload it. And that's the way it is. I'm not a big live person, but we had a great interview, and I'm glad that you were able to make it happen. And for anybody listening to this, make sure to check out the Evil 3 on Indiegogo. Donate to the campaign if you can. And it's okay if you don't have the funds to donate, but it doesn't take anything to share it.
Hey, can I say one more thing real quick?
Absolutely.
We're also doing a thing. If you promote and share all of our posts, whoever shares the most is going to get a free producer credit. Awesome. So if you can't afford it, I know how it is out there. It's tough.
Yeah.
Share our posts. Yep. We're keeping track. I have a couple of guys right now and a lady. She knows who she is. We're going to give away free producer credit. Nice. So as soon as the credits roll, boom, at the end, you're there. So, I mean, I want this to be about the fans.
Absolutely. And what a lot of people fail to realize is that they're like, well, I can't donate because I don't have any money to donate. But they don't realize that it takes $0.00 to just share the campaign. And it only takes about 3 seconds of your time out of the day.
Right.
So, you don't even have to put any text with it if you don't want to. Like, just share it, and it reaches your people. Because when it reaches your friends, like, if you can't donate, fine, but your friends might see and be like, I'm a big Michael Myers fan, or I'm a big Leatherface fan, or a Jason Voorhees fan. This movie looks like a badass, cool ass Freddy versus Jason style movie. They might want to donate, and that will help the campaign grow even more. So that's all it'll take, is just one simple share. But if you can donate, definitely do it. There's some great perks on there. And you also could be the one to pick the winner. And I'm gonna be a little biased and go, pro Michael.
I'll write this down.
But I thank you so much, CJ, for joining me tonight.
Scotty.
Yep. You have a great rest of your night.
You too, buddy.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.